What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video we're going to be seeing if I can win in the Open Ultra League using a team of Great League Pokemon. So the Ultra League has just come and gone. It's come alongside the Ultra League Premier Classic, and I'll be honest, I've not touched the Open Ultra League for a few seasons because I absolutely love the Ultra League Premier Classic. Given that there are no XL Pokemon, no legendaries, it means that in general the meta lacks a lot of bulk and it gives more opportunities for glass cannons to have a lot of play. Even in bad matchups, if you can land a nuke charge move, you're going to completely flip it. It's not like it's going to be able to easily tank those moves, and that's what I absolutely love about that meta. But for today's video, we're going to be going into the Open Ultra League because I'm targeting one specific team. So let's talk about why I decided to run this team. So if you're going to beat Ultra League Pokemon using Great League Pokemon, then you can't just win by playing well. You really need to directly hard counter your opponent, because otherwise you're not going to be able to maintain the matchups, and maybe you can win in the 2 shield scenario, but you don't have 2 shields for all 3 Pokemon. So I decided that probably the most likely team that I'm going to be able to beat is the fairly common Talonflame double dark team, and those darks are usually Umbreon and then either Scrafty or Obstagoon, but it can really be any 2 of those 3 Pokemon. They all work pretty well, and the idea of the team is pretty simple. Talonflame covers all of the weaknesses that darks have in fighting, fairy, and even bug. So it's a very strong core. You safe switch into the Umbreon if you lose the lead or it's a neutral matchup, and then Talonflame can take care of the anti-dark type that they have, and hopefully you can sweep with the other dark type in the back. And here's a few examples of content creators that have made videos on this team. Like I said, I haven't played the Open Ultra League for a few seasons, so I'm really hoping that team is still very much present in the meta, because there have been a few new introductions to the Open Ultra League like Trevenant and Walrein, so hopefully we can run into this team. So the team I'm running is Alolan Golem in the lead. If we look at its matchups with Talonflame, it's absolutely dominant even as a Great League Pokemon, so that is really what we need. You can easily tank a Brave Bird or a Flame Charge, no problems asked. And now we've got Scrafty there to directly counter the Umbreon. Unfortunately, if we look up the matchups for a Great League Scrafty against an Ultra League Umbreon, you do have to use both shields in order to maintain that matchup, especially if the Umbreon has a Snarl energy advantage, which it probably will do if we end up leading into Talonflame, because they're going to switch out straight away. But if we look at the Charm Shadow Granbulls matchup with the Scrafty, that is another very dominant matchup where we can win without using a shield. And then if they do happen to have Obstagoon, it's not going to be as dominant because they can beat us if we are down a shield, but as long as we have 1 shield we should be okay. And as well, you have to remember that we'll have energy from our Alolan Golem to throw into the Obstagoon as well, so that is also helpful. And yeah, basically I'm searching for one team in particular, and if we don't find it, then we're probably going to have a lot of problems trying to use this team, but let's just see how we do. Alright, so firstly I'm going to show you what pretty much the majority of my attempts look like. We have a bad lead here, we try and switch into Scrafty and they have a Togekiss, so we're going to back out there, and that's when I realised if we have a bad lead, there's literally no point trying to play it out, because yeah, this team is only built to counter one team in particular. Swampert lead, we're just going to quit. There's nothing we can do there. Going to go into another battle now, and we'll see how we do this time. So Nidoqueen beats my whole team, so we're going to quit there. So yeah, unfortunately, when you come up with a challenge like this, that is how most of the battles are going to go. This time we lead into a Walrein, so it's not the Talonflame lead that we wanted, but we're going to see if we can play it out, just to see how close we get, because you know, maybe we are going to be able to beat one of these teams. I think they have the back-to-back drill runs here. We can let one go through, but we have to shield another to maintain switch advantage. So we do shield it, and we're barely able to get the counter farm down. We go for the power punch straight away because we don't have a foul play ready to throw, and they have a Giratina in the back. So this is a good matchup for Granbull, but not for a Great League Granbull, because we're not going to be able to tank this Shadow Sneak very well. We both switch, and they switch into the Wall Rain, throw the move. Icicle Spear does massive damage. Our only play here is if they let the Wild Charge go through, and I don't even know if it KOs, probably not. And they take us out with Powder Snows, and we're easily going to lose this game here. So you see, we had pretty good matchups all around there, but just due to the massive difference in stat product, we weren't able to take that game. So here we lead into an Alolan Muck. It has got Poison Jab, so we are resisting it as a rock type, and we switch there to catch the Dark Pulse, and it is a Dark Pulse, so that is really good for us. And they're actually staying in, and they're just going to go for either an Acid Spray or another Dark Pulse. They do go for another Dark Pulse, and we're going to go for a Power Punch here. And we will just barely make it to a second Power Punch, and we will get this Alolan Muck fairly low now. It's just barely still in the yellow. We're going to come in with the Alolan Golem, commit to the Rock Throw farm down. For some reason they got a Poison Jab and a Charge move through there, which is a bit frustrating, but that's okay. We get the Rock Throw farm down. They come in with a shiny Scizor, so this is not looking good. We're going to go for the back-to-back Wild Charge. We get the first shield. We're going to go for the second one here. And now we're going to switch instantly, hoping that they counter switch, and they do, but it's a Lapras in the back, so we can't win this. Maybe if they had a Scrafty in the back, we'd be able to completely farm it down and then have a close combat to throw into the Scizor, but even then, that's not going to KO. We're going to go for the close combat here, just for my own personal satisfaction, and we take out the Lapras, but we're not going to be able to take that game. So that was like fairly close, given that Alolan Muck is not like really what we're targeting at all with this team. But into the next game, we actually lead into an Articuno, so still no Talonflame leads, but this is probably the second best thing we can see in the lead. Unfortunately, we don't resist ice, so this Icy Wind will do quite a lot of damage, and they switch into the Alolan Muck once again. Apologies if you can hear an airplane going over. I live right next to an RAF base, so yeah, sorry about that. And once again, Scrafty is kind of our only option here to go in. We will resist the Dark Pulse, so they go for an Acid Spray. Obviously doesn't do much damage, but now these Poison Jabs are really adding up. What we should have done here is commit to the foul play, and we might have even be able to take him back switch advantage, but unfortunately they farm us down, and they have an Acid Spray ready to throw into my Alolan Golem here. I'm going to let it go through. Maybe we can tank it. No, we can't. We're going to come in with the Granbull. Hopefully they have a Scrafty. Please just have a Scrafty. They come in with a Swampert, so at least we have minimal fast move damage coming against us with these mud shots, but they are going to get both our shields down and then likely just switch back into the Articuno. And these Ice Shards do quite a lot of damage to the Granbull, and we're not going to be able to take this game, unfortunately. So that was pretty close, but not quite. So into another attempt here, and we do finally meet a Talonflame lead, and they're not even switching out, so this is really good. I don't know what my opponent is doing, but I'm happy that they're doing it. They go for the Brave Bird, we tank it, and they actually have a Como O, so this could not be working out any more perfectly. This is actually better probably than what my team was built for. We take them out with Charm. Unfortunately, we had to shield the close combat there, and then here we don't have Crunch, so we kind of have to throw on CMP, because if we threw earlier, then one more Incinerate would probably take us out, and they'd have loaded energy. We come in with a Scrafty, hoping that we can take whatever's out in the back, and it's actually an Apex Shadow Ho-Oh, so this mad lad is running an ABA Fire Flying team, and like an idiot we bait them with a Power Punch. Of course they don't shield that. We're going to go for the foul play, and of course they do shield it this time because my opponent isn't an idiot like I am. We're going to let them expend their energy here, and hopefully we can take them out with Rock Throws. And it's a tie, so unfortunately we're not able to win that game. So unfortunately that was the only Talonflame lead we saw in 25 battles. It is really frustrating that I built this team specifically to counter one team and we didn't see that team at all, and in fact we only saw the lead Pokemon once. It means that we only really had one opportunity to use this team to try and win. But wait a second, we've still got one more battle to show. But that was the only Talonflame lead, surely we couldn't have won against something else? Well, you're about to find out. So we're going into the final battle of this video. We lead Golem into a Bomber Snow. So this is not a great lead. They do have the Energy Ball, but they threw after 6 Powder Snows, so that's definitely just a Weather Ball. And we do tank it. We're going to go straight for the Wild Charge here. We should really be running Rock Blast on this team, but I was just so confident that I'd be able to find the exact team I wanted and counter it. They actually throw a Weather Ball there, so that really works in our favour. They could have easily Powder Snowed down. And they're farming up to what I thought would be the back-to-back Weather Ball here. We shield the first one. It's actually an Energy Ball, so we're able to correctly shield that up, and they're not even going to get to a Weather Ball now. It doesn't KO, and they actually come in with a Confusion Alakazam, so this is a really wacky team that my opponent is running, and they don't shield the Foul Play, and they have a Snarl Houndoom in the back, so Scrafty is going to be able to clean this matchup up. We're going to shield a Crunch. Honestly, we could have probably tanked that. They do get the defense drop, and that's okay. We go for the Power Punch, we get a shield, and what we could have done here is throw the Power Punch, but instead we're going to flex, catch the Crunch on the Charm Shadow Granbull, take him out, and my opponent leaves the game. So that was almost certainly an auto-wreck team. I can't imagine they would have put that team together on purpose, but we'll take a win either way. Unfortunately, we weren't able to counter the exact team that my team was designed to take on, but we were still able to get a win with it, and I see that as a huge success. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know. Give me some more wacky video ideas if you have them, and with that being said, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.